Hey, Charles. You are first. Indeed. Welcome. I was just filming a video. I was trying to make a video about where is it? There it is. About my Waterman's taper cap pen. This is from 1899. And I was trying to make a video about this pen. And I actually filmed quite a bit. The problem is it's not very good. I really rushed things. So I will be coming out with a video later on. I'm not going to use really any of that footage, and I'll be making a video later on about this pen, this taper cap from 1899. So it's a cool pen. But welcome, my first four people. Welcome to this video. This is my last mail call in this location. I will be moving out on Tuesday. Charles, thanks for catching me live. Hey, I made it. This is another mail call. I have two pens. One is for me, and one is for a friend that I actually bought, and I won't be giving them that pen until August when the San Francisco Pen Show happens. Hey, Dash, thanks for joining in. Yesterday, I got this pen. Cap is a little off. There we go. This pen. It is a Waterman's 55 in red ripple, and it's a Canadian one. So it has, just made in Canada. Nothing any different than anything else. Here's a 55 compared to a 56. They're fairly similar in size. The band is a little bit bigger on this one. This one's just a little thicker than this one. But this one is... Hi, Sam. Thanks for joining in. This one is pretty much as flexible as a Waterman's number 7 pink. The Waterman's number 7 pink is actually a little more, it flexes a little easier, but this one is far more, you can see here, like the flex on that thing. It is probably the most flexible pen I have in my collection. So, yeah, I bought this from my friend Brian Johnstone. He's out of British Columbia, Canada. And he was the one who sold me the number 7 tray. So I bought this number 7 tray from him. And he gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. These go for like $300. He sold it to me for $100. So that was really nice of him. Really nice guy. And he just goes, hey, I have a pen. I don't want to go into anyone else. I want you to buy it. And I go, oh, okay, well, I'll buy it. So there you go. Yeah, again, here's that flex. It's insane, the amount of flex on that nib. So it goes from really, you get an idea. There's mail call number 5. And then there you go. That is some insane flex. And the nib is, Waterman's Ideal Canada. It's the same thing, just made in Canada. You won't be able to really see it very well on there, but really nice. Nice pen. For those of you that don't know, let's see. Ooh, check out Goulet, Sam. Go on gouletpens.com, Goulet pens.com. They have so many good options over there. Good friends with Drew Brown over there, and they make awesome videos. But there's so many good options out there. Get a Twisby. Check out a Twisby as well. I'm giving one away on my Instagram right now. If you go to my at Craig Rockanova Instagram, I'm giving away a Twisby uh, mini AL. So it's a little aluminum Twisby. I actually have it here. I don't have the box here with me. That's already been moved home. But this pen, let's clean it out. But this is a piston filler, and I am giving this one away on my Instagram. So there you go. That's a great pen. I recommend mediums from Twisby over the fines. The fines are just too like needlepoint, and you won't get any flex like you would on one of these vintage pens. Um, I mean, this is very vintage, 1925, 1926. So that's an idea of vintage. Yeah, this is my second Canadian pen. I think it's my third all around Canadian vintage pen. I also have a Waterman 72 from Canada, and I used to have a couple of Waterman's number sevens from Canada, but I have since gotten rid of those. But for those of you that don't know, 55 just means it is a lever filled pen with a number 5 size nib. To give you an idea, a Waterman's number 7 is a Waterman's number 55. They've just rebranded it as a number 7. It's the same size nib. It's a number 5 nib, but it's called the number 7 because the 7 for $7 just sounds better than the 55 for $7. So that's that. Yeah, Twisby's a good company. Taiwanese, made in Taiwan. Pretty affordable, really well built, and they also have they come with like the tools to be able to fix them yourself. They come with silicone grease, so you can like grease it up and all that stuff. And the one I'm giving away, it's like $60, so they're more expensive than when you're getting started with fountain pens. You're like, wow, $60, that's a lot for a pen, but it's a really good price, and it's something that will last you a really, really long time. So check out Twisby and check it out through go through Goulet Pens. They're really great. They have really good shipping. They will help you. Their customer service is the best out there as far as buying if you buy through Amazon, you could probably save a couple of bucks, but I'd rather buy through a authorized dealer than buying from Amazon, just because something happens to it, you kind of SOL. So, but today's mail call, I'm going to show off the things I bought. Like I said, that 55 was yesterday's thing. I couldn't wait. I was filming a video just before shooting this. Well, just before doing this live thing, and I'm just not thrilled with the video. So I am going to redo it next week. I wanted to try and get something out, but when you're in the middle of moving, it's a little tough. So cool. So I'm just going to get right into it. Let's open up this package from David Nishimura out of Rhode Island. What could it be? Oh, it's more vintage Watermans. In fact, this is my 35th Waterman's pen. So, and it is the weekend for me. I got out of work a little early today. You were nice enough to let me go home a little early. And on Tuesday, I move home. So, house sitting's been interesting. But I'm sure I'll be back here in September when the family needs to go back to New Zealand again. This is so cool. We got a loose pen and a box. I've only been on a Waterman's Fix. Surprise, I'm not doing modern pens anymore. No, I still am. It just not as much as I'm doing these Waterman's pens. So the first black pen here, this is a Waterman's 52. I bought this for a friend, and that friend, I don't think he watches these videos, but Drew Brown from Goulet. I'm going to surprise him with this Waterman's 52 at the San Francisco Pen Show because him and Brian are going to the San Francisco Pen Show. It's their first time going to the West Coast in years. But I bought him a Waterman's 52. Uh, I think he owned like a Pelican. That was like the only vintage pen he ever had. This is an antique pen. This is from 1917. Very, very old. And I'm going to check out the flex on here. Actually, I'm curious right now. I'm not going to ink it up other than just dipping it. But let's see how this thing writes. I want to blow his mind with how antique pens write. So let's see here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wow, this is smooth as butter. Or as my friends like to say every time I see them at work, buttery smooth. So there you go. That is killer. That is awesome. So this is a 1917 Waterman's 52 for Drew Brown from Goulet. And it will be his first antique Waterman's. That's so cool. I'm so excited to give that to him. He doesn't really know it's coming, so if anybody of you guys out there talk to him, don't tell him. Um, we talk about the Haunted Mansion stuff all the time. He's a big Disney nerd. So, yeah, that's killer. Waterman's 52. It's a lever filling pen with a number 2 size nib. There's that nib on there. It's going to be hard to see. They're all 14 karat gold. Back in the day, it was not per US regulations. You did not have to designate that they were gold, but it is a black chased hard rubber pen with a nickel clip, nickel lever, and on the bottom it does say 52. So, oh yeah, it's crazy. I mean, this was made during the time of World War One. Just wild that they've lasted this long. This is a really, really nice 52, though. If you guys were curious, this cost me $265, but it is worth that. I have several 52s. I have a 1928 Red Ripple 52. This one has its original price tag. It's going to be hard to see on the camera, but it says $4 on there. It has its model number and $4. These are pretty much the exact same thing. The only difference is the gold filled trim versus the nickel trim, and the chasing versus the Red Ripple hard rubber. And the clips change. So this one says clip cap ideal, and then has its patent dates of April 19th, 1910 and September 28th, 1905. And on here, it just says ideal and Waterman's. So in 1928, that's when they removed clip cap off the caps. They made them basically, you can tell it. The narrower the clip, the older the newer the pen is. The fatter and wider the clip is, the older it is. So yeah, yeah. The person who bought this originally is dead. The person who bought this originally is probably dead. This was made the same year my both my grandmothers were born, and both of them have passed. My grandmother Joan passed away back in April at 93 years old, and my grandmother Sylvia passed away in 2018 at 90. So gives you an idea. They're old. The pen I was talking about in today's video, the video I was trying to make today, it was this taper cap Waterman's from 1899. It's my oldest pen in my collection. It looks like a Harry Potter wand almost. The whole point with the taper cap was it would make it look like a dip pen. So there you go. There's your dip pen holder. Because the nibs were actually the pen, and everything else was the holder. That's what they call them, at least. So Nomos on the wrist today. Yep, I got the Metro. It's Metro Friday. So I do Metro Monday and Metro Friday, and then on the on Tuesday and Thursday I wear my right here. On Tuesday and Thursday I wear the Tangente Neomatic 41 Update Ruthenium. That's such a long name. Yeah, that beautiful movement on the back. And then on Wednesday and the weekends, I mix it up, but I'll wear the Club Campus. So Club Campus knocked, the solid case back. Yeah. But today was Friday, and it's my weekend watch. I wouldn't get very far into watch stream. I just have the 3 here with me. I don't really wear any of the other ones anymore. My whole thing was if I ever bought a Nomos, I would wear a Nomos every single day. So I wear a Nomos every single day, and it's a pleasure to be able to wear the Metro. So there you go, guys. First pen of this mail call is the pen I'm giving to Drew Brown. Oof, this is so cool. See a little bit better days. Waterman's Ideal Fountain Pen, the pen with the clip cap. This is an original box. I have an older version of this box with their old address, 173 Broadway. This is 191 Broadway, and this is the original box for this pen. They moved to 191 Broadway in 1917, and this pen is the exact same thing as the one I just showed you. The only difference is it has the old model number. So, ooh, it's got a nice tissue in there. That's nice. Ooh, I can blow my nose if I need to. On the inside, it has its little Waterman ink, little ad card in there. It's pretty cool. Here's the inside of the box. Do not take the gold pen out of the holder, so do not remove the nib from the rest of the pen. That's basically what that means. Thank you, Marvin. Yeah, they are 3 beautiful pens, and I love them so much. It's my favorite watch brand. If I could afford it, I would totally get a Lambda, but I absolutely can't afford it. It's too expensive, but I just love the Lambda too. So this is a Waterman's 12 PSF with no clip. This pen did not have a clip. The chasing is flawless. This pen is mint. Oh, I didn't even look at it. Oh yeah, that's right. The other reason why I bought Drew this pen is because it has the original patent date, 1884, and Drew collects pens that has his birth year on them, which is 84. And granted, this is 100 years before he was born, but I still thought it was pretty cool. So there you go. This one has CRISPR printing on it. It's going to be hard to see on the camera. I'm just using my laptop right now. But this is a mint I mean, also hard to see on there, but it is a 12 PSF, which is pocket cell filler. This is what the 52 became. It is identical in size, has the same size nib, it just has a different name. Here you go. A 52 versus a 12 PSF. You can see the ever so slight color difference between the two. This one's a little more chocolatey brown, and this one is just flawless. Uh, this one was $100 more with the box and everything, so $365 for this pen. Uh, Also, I have another 12 PSF in my collection, and this is my coin filler. So these are called the exact same thing, even though they have two different filling mechanisms. This has a lever and this has a coin filler, but they are both considered a 12 PSF, and that's why they changed the. Oh wow, the cap is smaller on the. Interesting. I wonder if. Ah, they're not identical though. There we go. See, the threads are a little bit bigger on the lever filler versus the coin filler. This is from around 1910, 1911, and this is from 1917. Early 1917, because in by the end of the year, they had changed everything to 52. So this would have been a 52 by then. So yeah, it's fun. Let's see how this one writes. Do a little writing sample for this one. The box out of the way, keep everything from getting ink all over it. Wow. It's just wow, that's the smoothest one of the smoothest nibs I've ever written with. This one goes a little I'd say Drew's was probably extra fine to like double broad at least. This one I would say is fine to broad. So, not as flexible as the one that I bought for Drew, but really a nice example, especially with the box. It's mint. Of course, it's got a new sack in it just because, I mean, after it's 105 years old, those things still get dried out. Yeah, it's still pretty flexible. Oh, I'm getting ink all over my hands. Yeah, it's still pretty flexible. But it's flexible by modern standards, but compared to my vintage pens, it's not that flexible. Again, I'll show you the 55. Oh my god. That's railroading like crazy. Come on, you go. Compared to the 55, there's no look at the 55 compared to the 12 PSF. That is just insane, that amount of line variation. You can't get that out of a modern pen. I mean, maybe Marilyn Darling will show up and be like, yes, you can get it. But that is out of control. That is so good. It's amazing. Let's see here. I wish it showed me who else was here. I got Marvin, I got Sam, I got Dash, I got Charles. Who else is watching? Anybody? Anyone? But yeah, cool stuff, cool pens. These are the last pens that I have coming. Oh yeah, no. I even did like some of those little like nib marks. Really open up the tines. So good. Yeah, modern pens just can't really compare. Um, they will last you a lot longer. I mean, as they should. They're modern built. They're made to. I don't know. They're hard rubber. They just don't. Can't soak these in water. It'll like ruin them. Um, they're a lot. The reason why they started adding these cap bands is because uh, they would get breaks and they would get like chips and stuff in them and crack and stuff. So I have so many caps that are cracked. This is a parts pen. Actually has a really nice nib on it, a really good 52 nib on it. It's just, it's a little dirty, a little messy. Uh, but these things are like, can you see it? No, you can't really see it in there. There's a lot of, yeah, there's a crack. So they are notorious for cracking, but also, almost 100 years old on this thing. So it is what it is. The San Francisco Pen Show it's the end of August. I just paid for my hotel room. Me and David Garcia are going to room together. Um, and my buddy Troy is going to drive out to here. So drive out to Southern California from Arizona. And then we're going to take a car up to San Francisco because I'm going to pretty much bring my entire pen collection with me. Um, I'm just excited to get more vintage pens into people's hands. And then I'm still going to, I'm also going to bring my modern pens as well. It's so funny. Like this was my whole pen collection, my whole modern pen collection, and I was like, I have so many pens, and then now I can't even pan the camera over. There's just 35 fountain pens over there. It's crazy. Uh, but yeah, I'll still be bringing my Namiki Kari Royale, and got my Mont Blanc 149 and my Pelican M800. Pilot Custom 823. I don't have the Pilot Custom 845 anymore. I wonder why. I wonder where those went. But actually, my Kaweco Olive Green Sport from the Kaweco collection, I'm giving this to one of my coworkers next week. So I got to clean that out. But yeah, might end up giving this away eventually. This is a Pelican 140, yeah, Pelican 140, and it has a grind on it, a custom grind on it, so it does like needlepoint to like triple broad. So I got this at the LA Pen Show, and yeah, still have my Vanishing Point got for my birthday, and the Dialogue 3. Good old Lamy 2000. The Legrand 146. And then I actually have a bunch of like pencils and stuff now too. Is that really it as far as my modern pens? I guess so. Oh yeah, that's right. And then I have the Auto Design 8 back at home right now. It's actually all boxed up. It's for sale on eBay for like $900 if anybody's interested, but no, don't worry about it. That might end up turning into a giveaway pen eventually, which is I just never really use it. It's a good pen. It's very well engineered. It's just very heavy, so it's not something I use all the time. But fun little update. The poster that I got a couple episodes of Mail Call ago, I got a uh, Waterman's fountain pen poster. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I bought this giant poster. Well, that is in Chicago right now, getting uh, conserved. So it had these horrible water damage spots on it and all kinds of other issues. Missing paint. It's from 1915. It's introducing the new pocket self filler, which is this pen. It's introducing the new pocket self filler, and I only paid like 150 bucks for it. But I've talked to a lot of collectors who have never seen one before, so I found a conservator to take care of it, and I should get it back in about 3 months. It's costing about $825 to get it restored, but I know it'll look beautiful, and it'll be something that I'll enjoy for the rest of my life. So that will be beautiful again. Just see all that water damage on it. The backside was bad too. The backside is just had really awful tape on it. So they're going to do their best to get all of that damage out of it. But yeah, so I'm really excited about that. Yeah, I know Ohio Pen Show is huge. Chicago Pen Show is pretty big. I mean, they're getting better. They're getting better out here. I mean, I'm excited for San Francisco. I hear that one's massive. LA Pen Show just was small just because of COVID. So I'm excited to see and meet people. Like my first time hanging out with the Goulet crew. Um, and it's funny because I know I was so into German pens for such a long time. Well, and by such a long time, I mean a couple months, really into German pens and modern pens. And then I bought a Waterman's, and then it just downhill from there. But yeah, I'm really excited for the San Francisco Pen Show. It'll be cool, meeting people and just seeing what I can find too. I This is my last purchase for a little bit because I need to save for the show. What's nice is I don't really need to find any Waterman's number sevens. I mean, the likelihood of me finding a black number seven is slim to none because they're so extremely rare. I think there is a guy who has one for sale and he wants $4,000 for it. So I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't need that. Not right now. Come back at me when I have like 10,000 plus subscribers because I don't know if you guys know this, but I still have not made a dime off of YouTube. This is all anything I've bought is just like me working my butt off at Disneyland and then just being like, okay, let's put that money towards fountain pens. And then I'm still selling off old playing cards to fund new fountain pens. So selling off old hobbies for new hobbies. That's pretty much what I've done every time. But I'm in fountain pens. This is so much fun. But I'm in this hobby for good. This is like the thing that I just absolutely love it. Um, but yeah, guys, thanks for hanging out. I keep looking at pictures on my phone. And I go, where is that? Oh yeah, that's back home because I'm in the middle of packing to move everything home. It's funny because 95% of the stuff that I've accumulated just in the last couple of months is, I mean, it didn't exist in March when I moved in here. When I moved to this house, I had one piece of ephemera. I had like one receipt, and I had, I think, 12 or 13 Waterman's pens, and now I have 35. So, Sam, be careful if you get into vintage fountain pens. It's a straight up rabbit hole. It's a money pit. Well, I mean, I could say this is an investment, but I've spent way too much money on fountain pens in such a short amount of time. It'd be understandable if this was like a couple year collection, but I've only been collecting Waterman since November, and I've only been collecting fountain pens for a year, and I have 40 plus fountain pens. We got a little crazy, and I'm not. There's people out there that are like that go for like getting every color of the Kaweco Sport. That's not me. Kaweco Sports are cheap in my mind. $20, that's cheap. Um, yeah, I don't want to get into it. I have a whole list of my entire collection, and it's let's see here. I have a whole list. The cheapest I've spent on a fountain pen was $72, $75, right? $76, then 80. Then the next jump up from that is 175. Then 200, all the way up to the most I've spent on a fountain pen was $2,700, which is unbelievable. Yeah, I probably should tell my insurance company, huh? Well, that's the thing. I probably don't. See. I don't think my. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is the Waterman's Pink was the most expensive fountain pen that I own. It makes a Namiki Yukari Royale seem cheap, and I overpaid. I overpaid for it. It is a probably a $1,500 pen, but I paid well over the retail cost because I was impatient and I had COVID. And I said, if I'm gonna die of COVID, then I should get the pen that I really, really want. And I bought this. Yeah, I will. I will eventually tell the insurance company about this collection. But again, this collection didn't exist really a couple months ago. A couple months ago, I just had 10 pens, and now I have too many. But also, if you also insurance is like lock it up in a safe. Also, today's drink is Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA, another IPA. Yeah, I've watched a lot of watch YouTubers, like wristwatch YouTubers, and the whole thing is like, oh, you tell the insurance company about the cost of your collection, and then they won't let you take it out of the bank. Well, I want to write with all these pens. There are, I don't even know. There are so many pens that like I keep going like I don't need this one, and then I go think about getting rid of it, and I go, no, I'll just keep it. The Let's say these are probably the least used pens in my collection right now. It's a Waterman's 52V, so it's a shorter vest pen. Little vest pen. Has really long tines. It actually has a really good flex nib on it. It's just there's nothing really special about it. It's got a nice ripple look on it. And my Waterman's, this is my newest Waterman's pen. and it's from like the early 1930s. It has the retractable nib on it. This one also is very, very flexy. It's just ever so slightly scratchy. It's scratchy. This one has an 18 karat gold nib and 18 karat gold bands on it because it was made for the French market. But I'm not really using those. I just have them in my collection. I just look at them every day. But ooh, okay, Kylo, my favorite ink. Favorite kind of ink. Well, I like blues. I'm a blue, a teal fan. My favorite ink is Mont Blanc Around the World in 80 Days Blue. This is my bottle of it that I have almost used all of it. It is a very deep teal. I have Mont Blanc Black as well. Right now I'm using Waterman's, like it's Waterman's teal essentially. Uh, and then I also have this super old box of Conway Stewart Blue, but I'm using a lot of blues. But I like Mont Blanc inks. They're just, if you go through Apple Boom Pendant, you can get them pretty cheap. Um, in the States, at least, I know you have to buy something else. Like they won't just send you the Mont Blanc accessories. You have to like buy something else. So that's how I ended up getting like a couple Kaweco Sports. Was like, hey, I'll buy a Kaweco Sport. It's like $15, and then get all these Mont Blanc accessories that I really want. But Around the World in 80 Days Blue, it should still be available. It's killer. It's such a good color. I use it on like all the time. I'm really lame when it comes to ink. Like I'll stick to like two or three like that I really like. And I was doing those ink spotlight videos, and they don't get any views. So I kind of stopped doing them because nobody was watching them, and I was only making them because it's like, ooh, like ink doesn't cost very much money. I can buy some ink and then I can make a video on it. And then what I end up doing is I go to the Orange County Pen Hangout and I just was like, here's bottles of ink. I reviewed it and I don't need it anymore. You guys can have it. My friend Jacqueline has like 200 different kinds of inks, and that hurts my brain. I will do more shorts. I can do more shorts, and I will do more shorts. I think I'm gonna do shorts for when I talk about the number 7 pens, just because like a full 5 plus 6 plus minute video about each pen. I don't need to go into too much detail about those, but I can do like a little YouTube short of like, this is a Waterman's number 7 pink. It was made for stenographers. This is how it flexes. I could definitely do that. Or this is a Waterman's number 7 yellow. It was made for lefties. I'm not lefty, but look, it's got great flex too. I had fun. I had fun. Yeah, I had so much fun making the 58 Waterman's 58 one. This is a Waterman's 58. It's one of the largest fountain pens the Waterman's Ideal Fountain Pen Company ever made. Um, it's actually the largest lever filler they've ever made. The largest one they ever made was the 20, which is just stupid big. And if you can find one, they cost like $8,000. They're so expensive, but they're really really cool. I mean, they're just gigantic fountain pens. But I will do more shorts. Um, I just have been neglecting it, but maybe next weekend when I move home, I can do some more shorts. It's My thing is my weekends right now have been, hey, clean up the house, go over, hang out with my mom and my dog, and like check emails, and like I actually spent a lot of time on eBay looking for more stuff. But yeah, I'll do more shorts, and I'll do more like writing sample sort of videos, because uh my Happy New Year one went like as viral gets for me, like 8,500 views in like 2 days. And I was like, oh, what is happening? um but I'll make more shorts. I'm really enjoying making these live videos with you guys, just because Like, this is no effort. Like, sorry about the hanger. Sorry about this bed that isn't really, I guess it's more made than it was last week. But this is a lot easier to do than, I mean, I'm getting more comfortable talking live on camera, but and there's a lot of work that goes into making even these little short videos. Shooting my intro and outro, then doing close-up shots, then sitting there and editing out all of my uhs and ums and whatever. Um, um, but yeah, I like these little sort of hangout things and talking. Does anybody else have questions? Questions for me? Answer them. Wish I had music playing. I could. This is the song. I don't know if it'll play. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear it, but it's the song that I picked for the video I was going to do this week. It's through Epidemic Sound, so it won't get flagged on here. Not sure if you guys can hear this. This was going to be the. All right. You can stop the music. There we go. The Legrand, I love it. I bought it. It's from the 1970s. It's from the 1970s. It has a 18 karat gold nib on it. It's the older style 18 karat gold nib. And it just says Germany. It doesn't say West Germany or anything like that. I think I paid $250 for it. It wasn't too expensive. But no, in great shape. Bought it from eBay. Came with its original box. I made that whole like retro unboxing video with it. But now I use this all the time. Every Sunday, I have a Mont Blanc notebook, little journal, and I go through and I fill out an entry and I update like, hey, oh, by the way, let's see here. Just so Kylo can see. This is the 146. It's not the wettest rider or anything like that, the juiciest rider, but it does the trick. Kylo, just so you can see, that is Around the World in 8 Days Blue. Sorry, I have no color correction software going on right here, but gives you an idea. But I use this journal every week, and I update like, how many subscribers did I go up, and how many views have I gained, and that sort of thing. Just kind of keep track. And I can go all the way back to September 26, 2021, when I had 405 subscribers, and I was hoping by the end of the year I'd hit 500, and I did. By the end of the year, I was at 500 and something. And my most watched video is my watch collection 2021 with 12,037 views. I am now on the road to 500 subscribers, and it took me like 11 weeks to get to 500 subscribers from there. So it's crazy to see how things change. You won't get bullied for your handwriting. It's funny. I took my Red Ripple 55 to work today, and I was like, "Here, let me like write your names all fun." And they're like, "Wow, you do calligraphy." I'm like, "No, I just fancy handwriting." They're like, "Oh wow, like how long did this take you to do?" I was like 13, and both my parents and my sister had really really nice handwriting. I didn't want to be the only one in the family with garbage handwriting, so I just practiced all the time. And even my signature, which is I'm really happy they got it on my driver's license, but I came up with my signature when I was like 24. I mean, it's kind of sloppy version of my signature. It's let's see. There we go. That's a better version of my signature. So there's my wacky signature. So you guys want to forge any checks? I guess you can do that. That's my wacky signature. I wrote that 6 to 7 thousand times to get it the way I wanted to look. I was really good at forging my parents' signatures in high school, and I was like, you know what? If I ever have kids, which I won't, I just want a dog. But if I ever have kids, I want to make sure that they can't forge my signature. And I was also back then really into collecting like Civil War documents and things like that. So I just thought that stuff was really cool. But nobody's gonna bully you for your handwriting. Just practice, and you know I I had a coworker today who wrote a little note, and we were all trying to decipher it. Like we weren't picking on him or anything, but it was just like, "What did you write? Are you a doctor?" um, yeah. As far as getting to 500, um, yeah, this signature cannot be forged. As far as getting to 500, I was at 200 a year ago, and then I started making more fountain pen videos, and it took until September, and then I hit 405, and then 11 more weeks until I hit 500. So it was just grinding and trying to make videos and seeing what was going to work. And um, have I figured out the formula? No, absolutely not. But am I really trying to like ramp up? I mean, yeah, I guess I am trying to grow this channel more and more and more. But in the end, I have a full time job at Disneyland, and I'm not financially, um, I'm not banking on this channel doing so well that I can quit my full time job or anything like that. But, that's a dream, absolutely a dream to be able to just make YouTube videos and, hang out and talk fountain pens with you guys. That's totally the dream. Yeah, Dash, you've been following me for ages. Uh, so I really appreciate it. It's crazy. I was like, wow, I remember, so I did a giveaway video when I was talking about, when I was like really into playing cards back in 2020. And I go, I'm blown away. I have 65 subscribers. I mean, that's like 30 more than I had yesterday. And I remember just being like, I went from 35 to 65, and I was at, one of my oldest videos were like me unboxing thing, like just Louis Vuitton wallet. So uh, where is it? My Louis Vuitton key pouch that I have my car keys, and I have Lamy Pico in. Um, this is like 10,000 views on it for me unboxing this key pouch, and I filmed it all with my iMac like eyesight camera, and just didn't know what the heck I was doing. Just one shot, upload video, cool. Um, but I from making those videos, I had like 12 subscribers for like a year. And then hitting 65, I was like, wow, I have 65. And I remember when I hit 100, I was just like, I have 100 people watching me. Why? Why are 100 people watching these videos? This is crazy. And it just, you know, giveaways help growing the channel. But I don't know. It blows my mind. It blows my mind that you guys want to watch me talk about fountain pens or watches or anything. It's crazy. And it's fun. And these videos are super fun. It's just like hanging out with my friends. That's all this is, just hanging out with you guys and chit chatting with you guys. I'm a very lonely person being in this house all by myself with just a cat, a bird, and 6 tortoises in the backyard. They've been fine company, but I mean, I can't wait to get to the pen shows and just hang out and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. That's why when I try and make a vlog, it doesn't work out because Okay, I got my phone. I'm ready to film. By the way, that's how much I use my iPhone case. Look how worn down. This was blue originally. Um, all right, I'm gonna be filming stuff. Okay, I'm gonna have my equipment and I'm gonna be filming. This is my little cheapo Amazon tripod that I use for all my videos. Okay, I'm gonna be filming stuff. Let's make videos. And then I get there and I just want to talk and talk pens about stuff. Dash, I really appreciate it. Hey guys, any of you can start a YouTube channel just by using your phone and using the software that's built into your computer. Everything I do is iMovie. I actually got the trial of Final Cut and I started using it and I go, this is too much work for me. Uh, I know, like Fig Boot on pens, he uses like Dolby Studio, not Dolby Studio, I'm sorry, Adobe Studio, and he uses like Lightroom and all kinds of other stuff. And like the amount of work that he puts into his videos is a lot more work than I thought. He has a whole teleprompter. He sets up an iPad with all the words and everything. I literally turn on the camera and I just go, okay, I can cut things out in post. Uh, but I just kind of turn on the camera and go, okay, this is the pen I'm talking about today, and this is the ink I'm going to use. Let's turn on the camera and let's see where it goes. And that's how I make a video. I take almost no notes. I think the Waterman's number 7 video I made was the first time I've actually like made notes, and I had them off to the side to just be like, stay on topic. This is what you're going to talk about, when and where, and why. So yeah, well, Dash, I really appreciate it. Um, my job is talking to people, so I've learned really well from doing that and working at Apple retail, and I worked at Starbucks. Hi, thank you for choosing our Starbucks drive-through. What can we get for you today? Hi, this is Craig. Welcome to our Starbucks drive-through. What can we make for you today? All right, you want a grande iced caramel macchiato? Anything else we can make for you? I would just talk all the time for every job I've ever had, and still the Haunted Mansion right now is just, ladies and gentlemen, for the best view of the 4 portraits our master has hung himself. Kindly drag your bodies away from those walls and lay them to rest in peace in the dead center of the gallery. Just me doing voices or, aloha, man, still so soft and fluffy all day at work. I just tell jokes all day, borderline jokes all day. Remember, folks, slow and steady wins the race. That's what my great grandma said before she died in that fire. So hurry on up. Don't end up like grandma, big old pile of ashes. You can be a little dark and morbid with the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland. So yeah, no, talking to a camera is not easy at all. This has gotten a lot easier. But you go back and you watch all my old videos, and it's just like, um, anyways, all right, let's talk about this. Yeah, it's just you could just get used to it, I guess. I would always watch those like these YouTubers and to see their old videos and go like, wow, they were just like me. They did just start out just flipping on the camera and talking to it until you get used to it. It's still like I'm not good at vlogging because it's weird walking around with a camera just being like, all right, hey, we're doing this. We're talking, I'm just that's still awkward, but being in the privacy of my own home or wherever I am, this is fine. You just get used to it. Put the pens back in the boxes. I still need to try this guy out and fill it all up with pens. It's so much smaller than I anticipated it to be. And I don't know how good I feel about putting a Namikyu Card Royale with the Irushi up against the zipper, So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. If I don't end up using this at all, I will give it away. one of you could get this $50 10 pen case. Right? I think it was $50. Whereas like the 40 pen case was $90. This just feels a little more worth it than this. Oh, also, when I'm filming videos, I put this on the desk and then I stack this on top of it to get the right angle to film. At least that's what I've had to do while living in this house. I've had to do that and then angle it in such a way that you don't see, like, I don't know, my dirty laundry in the back or anything like that. Also, I hate this chair. This chair sucks so bad. I can't wait to go home and like have my normal like Eames desk chair. Like this thing, it's so squeaky, it's so loud, and I hate it. Um, which pen case do I take to work? I take a single pen with me to work, and I just have where is it? I use a Franklin Christoph single pen case. These do not cost a lot of money. I also learned that Franklin Christoph does not make these themselves because here is a Wall Eversharp single pen case. They're the exact same thing, the same grain and everything, the same interior. They have the same exact interior as well. So, uh, yeah, that's what I take to work. I can pop any pen in there. Fits great. I'm not worried about it. It can, I mean, I'm not going to drop the pen, but if I did, I wouldn't be worried about it in one of these little single pen cases. Oh, it's a bummer they're not available in Thailand. Um, but I mean, look around online. You can find things like this that are suitable, you know? Matt Greenberg gave me the Wall Eversharp one recently. I brought a bunch of pens with me over to his house to show him. And he goes, "Oh, here's just a bunch of cases. Um, this is a single pen, unbranded single pen pouch that works as well." Did I get anything else? I don't think so. That's pretty much it. I just use a single pen case. Miss Marilyn Darling, hello. Um, what? Let's see, Marilyn, what you missed. Oh, could I recommend a case for 2 to 3 pens? I'm planning to get one. I actually gave away a 2 pen case to my friend Jason. He's actually the one who gave me the Twisby that I'm giving away now. Um, huh. I mean, if you can get it, I would say Franklin Christoph, um, or through Goulet or something. They, I had a Mont Blanc one, but it was too expensive. It was like $250 for that case, and you couldn't fit everything in it. You could fit a 146 in there, but you couldn't fit the 149. It was just too big. All right. I said that I have a vintage pen that flexes better than any modern pen. And I was like, I know if Miss Marilyn Darling showed up, he would say um, that there are modern pens that could flex this well. But I don't believe it because I bought a Waterman's 55 from Canada. And look at that flex. It's like needlepoint almost to like quadruple broad. What do you think? All right. Well, maybe. But the problem with this pen is it flexes so well but it can't keep up. The the feed can't keep up. Oh, well, you'll have to try this one out next time I see you. But that thing is crazy. I'm not pushing it too hard. I'm pushing it just fine. Yeah, it's as flexible as a Waterman's pink. Um, the problem is it can't keep up with the ink flow. That's my assumption. Do I have a measuring tool? Of course not. What do you think I am? Some sort of scientist? Some sort of pen scientist? No. Um, no, I don't have a measuring tool. I can get a measuring tool, but I don't have anything to measure it with. That's my guess. My guess. It's thick with like 3 or 4 C's. Um, the other thing you missed is I bought a pen, a vintage pen for Drew Brown from Goulet. He's getting this number 52 from 1917. And it writes fine to my guess is double or triple broad. It's really really nice. And then the pen I bought for myself is this really really mint, perfect chasing 12 PSF, which is a 52, just the previous model year, and it came with its original box. So stayed mint. Not bad for a 105-year-old pen. So nice, pretty black pen. I have a lot of pretty black pens. Let's stack them. Stack them next to each other. These are all the fancy, nice looking black Watermans. We have the 56, the 16 PSF, the 16 from 1901, the 52X, the 55 that was made for the Democratic National Convention of 1924 press pen that's never been inked, Waterman's 15, the 12 PSF coin filler, the 72 with the 14 karat gold clip that was made in Canada. Well, clip that was made in France, but the pen was made in Canada. The 12S safety pen with the original price tag of $3.25. Where's that $3.50? No, $3.25. My first Waterman's, the 12 VP with the wrong cap. The Stanhope, which I took to work and I shouldn't have. And one of my coworkers dropped it on the ground on the pavement. It's okay. It's fine. But I'll never do that ever again. And then my 0322 gold filled hand carved 1899 pen. And then up here is that 12 PSF. So there you go. Those are my pretty black pens that aren't my modern pens. Ooh, Dash, you mean the laser weld on the 52 and a half LEC? You mean that pen, the silver one with that lever that needed to be welded? Is that the one you're talking about, Dash? Do I have any pens that I'm afraid to take out of the house? No, that's the problem. There are pens that I should not take out of the house, and I still take them out of the house. Um, but this is one of the most expensive pens I've ever purchased. That Stanhope pen that I unboxed last week. they're super hyper rare. I mean, that little tiny little image of the Waterman's building inside the cap, crazy. And I handed it to some random stranger at work, like, "Hey, check out this cool pen." She's looking at it and just goes, "Oops," and drops it like from about 5.5 feet up onto the pavement. And it's fine, thank God. But I was like, and I handed it to her. I was like, "It's very fragile. It has a slip cap, blah blah blah." And then my boyfriend was like, "What the hell is wrong with you? Why would you do that? Why are you so dumb when it comes to these sorts of things?" And I was like, "I'll never do it again. My mistake." Uh, the whole rest of the day, I was showing people by like holding it up to their eyes so they could look in it. But all right, Dash, the 52 and a half LEC, which is the same, had the same overlay as this one. That pen is gone. I haven't had that pen since the Los Angeles show in February. I got the pen back and he wasn't able to laser weld it. So what he did was he did like open heart surgery on the lever. Andy Bellevue basically opened up this part of the overlay, replaced what needed to be replaced, and put it all back together. So this portion of the pen was just warped and wavy, and it just didn't look very good anymore. When I was trying to buy the Waterman's number 7 green at the pen show from Mike Daigle and Cliff Harrington's collection. I went over to Greg Minuskin's table and I was like, "Hey, Greg, I have these like 52 and a half V's. Do you want to buy any of them?" And I was gonna use that cash to go over and get the green number 7. And he saw the LEC, goes, "Ooh, it's a little warped. Here," and he offered me like for a lot of like 5 pens. Some of them, one was like a Franken pen. One of them was, they were like less desirable models, and I sold it to him. Like, oh well, that's what I did. I sold it to him, and a couple months later, I saw it at the Orange County Pen Hangout. He was selling it, and I go, "Oh, it's he didn't have it for that much that I could have bought it back and had it again." But then there was a lady at the in the group who was interested in it, and she ended up buying it. The good thing, I mean, I didn't need it back, but he ended up fixing it. It was very fragile, um, but that's what happened to that pen. I never got to write with it. I mean, I did like a writing sample before when I had it before I sent it out, but I never really got to write with it. And I just, I spent a lot of money on it to get it fit. Well, I spent $60 to get it repaired. It wasn't that expensive. Um, but I bought it for like $250, and then yeah, it just didn't look that good anymore once he had done the repair on it. Um, Sorry, I thought that was coming from inside the house. There's noise coming from outside the house. Um, I guess they're doing some yard work out there. Freaked me out though. I thought there was like footsteps behind me. I was like, "There's nobody here, just me." Um, David Nishimura might have been able to fix it, but Andy Bellevue is the silver guy. He's a jeweler by trade, so he was the one who he could fix anything. But at the show, after I had sold the pen, I found this French nickel trimmed Waterman's 52, and the same guy who fixed that pen, Andy Bellevue, made this clip. So this is not a vintage clip. This is a reproduction made by that same guy. And it's made from a mold of an original one, but this is a silver clip versus a, you know, nickel plated, whatever. That is a real, sterling silver clip on this pen made by that same guy. So I was stoked to get this because I wanted something from Andy. He's in his mid 80s, so he's not going to be around forever. And I was just happy to get this. And I bought this from Mike Daigle. So I like, it has a good story to it. I can put it back right. Oop, there we go. I freak out if the clips aren't lining up with the levers. Uh, the giveaway for the Twisby, I am running that until next Friday. By the way, guys, I am doing a giveaway on my Instagram for the Twisby Mini AL. I think I mentioned that earlier in this video. Um, I yeah, I since I'm in the middle of moving, I didn't want to have to make a video about it or dedicate a video to a pen that I got for free too. Um, but I'm giving away that Twisby, and somebody on Instagram is going to get it next Friday. So next Friday, I will do that giveaway. Um, all you have to do is go on my Instagram at Creek Arcanova, um, follow my page, give the post a like, and say I want that, or um, I want it. That's what you have to say. I want it in quotations or not in quotations, whatever. And I'll pick one of you guys to win it. Dash, you didn't know I'm on Instagram? But I say it at the end of every video. Check out my Instagram at Craig Nova, and I'll see you all in the next video. All right, peace. Every video. But also, who the heck actually stays to the very end of the videos? My last video, I had a lot of fun. At the end, I kind of show off like my collection and that sort of thing. I have a little pan shot, and you have to like really go to the very, very end of the video to see that little bit. So, hi, Bosco. It's a good idea, but do it in. You don't have to do it in English. You can do it in. What's nice is you can shoot a video in your native language and even do subtitles or have them translate subtitles for you. So, um, yeah, like don't be afraid of that stuff. Like, listen, there are haters out there, and they exist even for me. I get so mad. I get angry comments, and I just go like, but do it. Start a channel. Just it'll start off like I'll subscribe to you. Um, just pick what you want to talk about and talk about it, and you'll learn, you'll grow with it. But don't worry about it. Like, or what's your native language? And you know, you but yeah, you can definitely like have an like you can have subtitles and that sort of thing with it. And um but yeah, no, it's cool. Do it. Like it doesn't take anything to start a channel. Um and it just takes time and it's a grind. Uh every week, I go to my job, and then every week I'm planning out like, okay, am I going to be able to take time off this day to be able to shoot a video? No. Okay. Well, okay. I'll still have some daylight. I can shoot a video this time. When I go back home, I'm going to be shooting mostly on Saturdays, and then I'll be able to have that Saturday shot posted for the following Friday. So there might be like a week gap that things are gonna they'll start getting back on schedule. Yeah, Maryland has a cool rig set up. They I've seen ads for them on Instagram, but it's this like really cool lighting setup that you just kind of set your phone on top, and then you can like write and do whatever you want. And what Maryland also does is like we'll stream um, the camera this way, and then also have the shot looking down of whatever is going on, like on the. So you can even start by doing live videos, uh, and then go into editing from there. But it's easy. Oh, Portuguese, very awesome, very cool. One of my family friend that in my other videos where I have the dandruff painting in the background, my first ever fountain pen was from my friend Jose Vaz Vieira. He was an amazing artist from Portugal. He studied at the Cranbrook Art Academy in Detroit, Michigan, and or Cranbrook in in Michigan, and but he was Portuguese, and but he was still he, he was a native Portuguese speaker, but you could listen to him talk for hours. Like his, you know, he's got that thick accent, but he was a great guy. By all means, like just start making a video and start making videos, and your channel will grow from there. Dash. Yeah, I've been on Instagram since 2012. I think my very first post was my dog. And then I went to IKEA and I took some photos in IKEA. It was back when you could put a bunch of filters on things. And Instagram was pretty much just for photos of whatever people were taking. It was, before all the ads and stuff like that. But I've been on Instagram for 10 years now. It's wild. Wow. That was when I was working at Apple. So wow, I left Apple 10 years ago. That's crazy. This would have been my had I not quit Disney in 2013 and then rehired in 2015. This would have been my 10 years with the company. Although had I not quit from the first time I worked there in 2005, this would have been my 17th year working at Disney. But all I have now is about 7 years under my belt. Yeah, you'll get there eventually, Marilyn. It'll happen. Listen, when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm like, yay, monetization! I'm gonna make money. And then like I checked today, and I was like, I still haven't made enough money on Google AdSense to take out money from like get a check. And I want to get that check eventually. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna frame it. But no, I haven't made enough money to even receive that money yet. So it's just you'll get there, Marilyn. Listen, do make some little business cards for your channel when you go to the San Francisco show. Might help. You never know. Kind of feel bad for Greg. I have that coupon code with Greg for 10% off. Use my code Craig at antiquedigger.com and get 10% off your purchase. And I feel bad because I've been buying all these pens from like David Nishimura, Brian Johnstone, not Greg, but he's been holding off on Watermans for a while. He just posted one. It's a 0554, the smooth gold. Overlay, and it's pretty. It's just I wish it wasn't the smooth overlay. If it was something more than that, I would have gone for it. Do. Yeah, I know you have that stamp because you stamped. Remember, I wrote Miss Marilyn Darling. And you came over, you stamped it. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, OC Pen Club is still to be determined. I talked to Matt about it last week when he helped me restore some of my pens, and he said, it's just work. So, oh, awesome! You can just go around and stamp everything. But business cards are helpful. I also have this thing called um, it's called a dot card. It's DOT period cards or CARD, and it's just in my wallet. And if you guys use your phone and you scan this, it'll pop up with all my contact info, and with the exception of my, I don't have my cell phone number on there. I don't need a boatload of text messages or anything. But yeah, it's just a little dot card. And what's cool is if you have let's see here. Mhm. you can like tap the card to a device and it pops up with their info. So open dot cards in Safari and it'll pull up all my contact info, which is pretty cool. Notebook reviews. I mean, I could. I'm gonna be talking more about the Maruman notebooks that I just got in. Maruman notebooks. These are really good. The paper's really good. It's thin paper, but they write really, really good. So I'll probably be talking more about these things. My last notebook review, um, which was Great Fountain Paper from Italy, he sent me that stuff. So that was the first time I've ever had anyone send me their product to review, with the exception of Greg Sheik from Antique Digger being like, "Here's a Waterman's 58. Make a video on it." So, um, but yeah, I mean, maybe we could do more notebook reviews. My whole thing is I'm just I don't know. I'm like a creature of habit. I use like the same 3 inks or 4 inks over and over and over again. I'm like a diehard Nomos and Waterman's fanboy. Although, I, let's set the record straight. I'm only collecting Waterman's pre 1930. I'm not going anywhere beyond the spectrum of 1930, and the reason is after that they started making celluloid, and I'm not a fan of celluloid pens, which is crazy. There's so many people out there that are like really into celluloid, and I just think it's boring. And people probably were like, "Well, you have all these black rubber pens and these red ripple and wood grain pens. Those are boring. Why can't you get into the fun colors?" I'm like, just gotta hold my ground, stick with my hard rubber, vulcanized rubber fountain pens from pre 1930. So I'll eventually, I'm sure, get into like some more of these crazy sterling silver. Well, this isn't sterling, this is fine silver. This is from 1902. Also has a star nib on it, early star nib on it. But this is like more my jam right now. I just want to get into like the older and older and older stuff. If I can find some like rad 1880s, 1890s Watermans, like really early Watermans, that'd be super cool. I mean, I have one 1890s Waterman, but I mean more overlays. I almost bought a 18 karat gold overlaid pen, and I was like, no, no, what are you doing? Stop! Like, you need to save money. Stop spending money. Like, I get a paycheck, and that paycheck is gone on one pen. I hate Tomoe River, Charles. To be perfectly honest, I have some notebooks that say they're Tomoe River. I don't like it because there's I think it's like I rest my hand down on the paper, and then when I go to write, the paper turns like hydrophobic or something, so the ink doesn't stick very well, and it doesn't. I just every experience I've had with Tomoe River just hasn't been what everyone else rants and raves about. I actually wrote with the Great Fountain notebook today at work, and when I was writing with them in my review, they seemed to be performing really well with like really like juicy pens. And then I wrote with the Waterman's 55 today and it bled. It like bled through the paper. Um, it feathered. So, and they said that. They said that in the review that it was, they said that it, really juicy, really wet writers will bleed or feather. And sure enough, it did. But when I was testing out the paper itself, I was like, wow, this is like better than Tomoe River. Probably isn't, but my experiences with Tomoe River just haven't ever been good. Um, it's funny though, because I'm only writing in this tiny little notebook. Hey, look, there's my COVID-19 vaccination card. It's still in there. Oh, and Mike Daigle's phone number. I got his phone number. But as far as these Namasine Maruman notebooks, I mean, I wrote some things in it, and no bleed through. I just love, let's see. Like, today I live streamed opening up this beauty, the famous Waterman's Ideal number 13 Stanhope 35th anniversary pen. Just about the most expensive fountain pen in my collection. But wow, this is a fantastic writer. Like, just look how nice that thing writes. Amazing. The paper's really, really good. Like, that was not super juicy or anything, but you can see the next page is there's no show through. Maybe like a dot up there, but barely anything. So perfect for front and back writing, you know. And the paper's thin. It's thinner than the Rhodia dot pads. And every sheet is terrible. Not terrible. Perforated so you can tear it. Not terrible. It's terrible. No, it's great. Good stuff. And they're not super expensive. I love these though. Look how tiny they are. And these are also perforated as well. So tiny. This is, I mean, because look, this is the smallest Rhodia dot pad, the number 12. And then look how tiny this little thing is. It's so awesome. Let's see here. So if my hand is causing the Tomoe River paper to get all weird, I have not had that problem with these notebooks. The Maruman notebooks, I have not had that same problem, and they don't feather, and they don't bleed through. And Tomoe River is going bye-bye anyways because they've already stopped making it. The company was like, well, it's a niche market. We don't need to keep making this stuff anymore. So they stopped making it. So that is probably the next best alternative. Try doing a splat with the Maruman. Let's try that. I have one of these little notebooks. I can do a splat right now. Let's do it. Let's test it out. Let's do a whole little ink drop of this is the Waterman's Inspired Blue. This is such a nice color. Nice big splatter on there. Nothing. Look at that. That is so good. That is so good. That is so good. Wow. Yeah, this is the best paper. Look how big that splotch is. You know, I really rubbed it in. It's still wet. It's really shiny still. And look at the opposite side. Look at the oppo. That is awesome. It's like really thin paper. Jesus. You can see it's still dripping down. That's how wet it is on there. Nothing. The ink is Waterman Inspired Blue. I bought it from Amazon. I think it was like 10 bucks off Amazon. And it is like electric blue. What I mean, that's impressive. Great, great job, Maruman. Papers are awesome. What is the GSM on this paper? Yeah, you're okay. Yeah, 80 GSM paper, and it's like as thin as like a post-it note. I'm just so impressed. It's still wet. It still hasn't dried yet. It's got a really nice sheen to it. Let's see. You can't show that off. It's fine. But there you go. Giant blotch. Oh yeah. Oh, now you can see the sheen. And you can see what I'm talking about. Still wet. No bleed through. No show through. Nothing. Oh my God, Charles. Actually, that would be a good comparison between Kompeki. But Charles, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Uh, I, you're the first person to ever do that. You're the first person to ever give me a super was it super chat? Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I have Konpeki. Do I have a pen with Konpeki in it? Um, is this Konpeki? No. I start writing with it and I go, no, this isn't it at all. This is just Pilot Blue. Yeah, I left. I moved a bunch of things home already, so I don't have any pens with Konpeki in them. Darn. Well, darn. But yeah, I think Konpeki is just a little. It's hard to tell on camera. This thing is like electric. Like, look at my eyes, you guys. It's electric blue. But um, yeah, that'll be a good comparison. I do like blue inks. But Charles, again, thank you so much. Can't. Ah, thank you so much. Cheers to that. Cheers to those beers. Oh no, it's okay, Charles. I have an entire bottle of Kompeki at home in Huntington Beach, where I'm moving back to. I'm just still house sitting for a couple more days. My buddy is flying home with his wife, and they told me, "You can stay. You can stay at the house. You don't have to move." I'm like, "Dude, where are you gonna sleep?" He goes, "Oh, in my room." I'm like, "This is your room. I'm living in it." And he's like, "Oh, okay. Well, you don't have to leave. You can go up in the attic." I'm like, "The attic is awful. It's like 120 degrees up there right now. If you guys are on Celsius, that's like 48 degrees Celsius. It's hot up there. I'm not living in the attic. There's no ventilation. It smells like an old antique store. No, thank you." He said, "Well, you don't have to leave." I'm like, "I get it. You're on vacation. You don't want to deal. You don't have to worry about the animals. But I want to go home to my dog. I miss my dog." So, could I make a desk setup vlog? Sure, I can do that. I'm gonna miss this. This thing is a mess, but this is a big desk. Like, it's a whole wraparound desk. So there's just a bunch of space on this side where I've just had literally just covered in stuff, and then where my computer's at in my little writing area. I have this black leather sort of desk mat, and then I have all my fountain pens. So my Watermans. This is where I had my ink bottles and my postcards and all kinds of other decorations. The Most of those are back at the house, um, but I will be back in my old room that I had before with the dandruff painting and that red dog painting, and I've already hung up some Waterman stuff in there. But I've measured things out. I should have enough space for everything in there. But this is a much larger room, just space wise. I apologize again. I'm wearing shorts. You get to see my white legs. I don't wear shorts outside of this place, but this is a very large room. I'm not used to living in a place with a room this big, but it's a very large room. It was very nice for them to let me stay here for 3 months and watch their animals for them. The commute from here to Disneyland is 9 minutes. That's 9 minutes if I go to Starbucks in the morning. So if I leave here and go to a Starbucks drive-through, like go pick up my coffee and then go to work, it's about a 9-minute drive. And home with traffic is 14 minutes. So it's been a fantastic commute. Absolutely amazing. My commute at the house I've been living in for the last couple of years back in Huntington Beach, the commute is 45 minutes to work and about an hour home. So I will miss that. I will miss the fact that I did not spend I barely spent any money on gas. And our gas here in California right now is like $6.10, $6.20 a gallon. So it's really expensive. We really need this war with Ukraine to end so that gas prices can go down. But it's not up to me. So, yeah, let's see here. Aw, your cat, Suki. Yeah, Socks is not Socks, sorry. Sticks, the cat here. He's fat. When I watched this place in November for a couple days, um, the instructions I was given were like food for the cat in the morning and food for the cat at night. And when I came back here in March, it was food for the cat in the morning, in the afternoon, and the night. It's like he's like a 4-year-old cat. He doesn't need that much more food. But he's fat. He's a very fat cat. I was trying to like wean him off things and but no, I was just follow the instructions and you know he's very vocal when he's hungry. He's very vocal when he needs his litter box changed. Um, and I didn't think I didn't think I thought I was allergic to cats, and I've learned over the last 3 months that I'm not allergic to cats. But I do miss my dog. He's 16. He's a 16-year-old man. He's a cutie, and he's very old, and his joints are really bad. And I need to help. I need to help him out. I need to help my mom out with him. So you have a real tech setup, Marilyn, like real tech. Yeah, like oh yeah, 16, just like my dog. Vinny is not chunky. He's skinny. He sleeps all day, and then he wakes up and he's just like, "I'm hungry," but he's so blind can't he can't see his food. But he can't see or smell his food. We have to like hand feed him his food. He's a good boy though. Well, you guys, thank you so much for watching. We're almost at an hour and 45 minutes into this. I didn't think I was gonna yeah, 4-year-old and 3 times. Yeah. Um I didn't think this video was gonna go on this long. But I really appreciate it. We got 5 of you guys left now in this live thing. Thanks for watching, you guys. I don't is there anything else you guys want to ask or anything before I go order a pizza? And then uh, like I said, I won't have a video out tomorrow. I was working on it and then I just wasn't satisfied with it. So I'll have a new video for you guys next week. I'm going to reshoot everything just because, yeah, I just wasn't impressed with it. Yeah, no offense, Charles, but I am also more of a dog person than a cat person. But don't be fooled. Um, I got along great with this cat. There is the Marumon paper after it's all dried. Has it all dried? Yes, it is all dried. And that is impressive for such thin paper. If I hold it up to light, you can kind of see it through, but barely. So, Marumon paper, highly recommend. You can buy from Goulet or probably Amazon. I don't really like Amazon that much, so I try not to use them too much, but you're welcome, Charles. Thanks for you guys. Thanks for watching so much. Marilyn, have a wonderful weekend. Dash, have a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you guys all. I'll see you guys from the next, well, from my old space. I'll have the old background. It'll be just like a couple months ago. Bosco, see you in the next one, and make that channel. We'll all subscribe to it. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Check out my Instagram again. I am giving away that Twisby, and I'll see you guys all real soon. All right. Peace.